Oh, projector. Not coming. Yesterday came directly, bro. I think mom's coming. Yeah. Yesterday class.
Same thing.
Huh?
Same thing. What you taught us. Same thing.
Yeah, yesterday's class. In after your class, I was having one more class. So kindly repeat after me. Idam Bhagavatam Nama Puranam Brahma Sammitam Adhitavan Dvaparadau Pitur Dvaipayanadaham. Someone read translation.
At the end of the Dwapara Yuga, I studied this great supplement of Vedic literature named Srimad Bhagavatam, which is equal to all the Vedas from my father Srila Bhagwan Vyasdev.
Thank you. So we try to understand the connection. In the previous sloka, we have seen experiencing the qualities of the Lord is a highest pleasure giving one. That's the activity, or otherwise, is a devotion. So, so then after that, Parshit Maharaj is so surprised. Oh my God, that means this hearing the Lord's names and qualities, form, and different pastimes. This one is the highest pleasure giving one. This is really Ascharyam. Kim idam. I didn't heard this thing before. It's not like Parishit Maharaj. So someone may ask, not Parishit Maharaj, because he's a devotee. Someone in that assembly can assume actually. So someone may, oh, so it's really, is it like that? So, but we didn't hear before this. So whatever you are saying, that means till now they were thinking other yogis, Dhyana yoga is the highest. That means seeing the Paramatma everywhere is the highest. Or otherwise they might be thinking going and merging into the Brahman is the highest. So like that they have different opinions. Now they got this surprise thing. Oh, just simply hearing the past tense of the Lord are so wonderful, and but we didn't hear before. Then keeping that they can ask like this, keeping this in the mind. So Sukadeva Goswami is saying, yes, this is apurvam. That means hearing the past tense. Where it is established? This one. This is there in the all the time discussed in Srimad Bhagavatam. Yes. So Srimad Bhagavatam is nothing but what? Hearing the past tense of the Lord, or hearing the qualities of the Lord, or hearing the form of the Lord, hearing the names of the Lord. So that's why hearing of all these is nothing but Srimad Bhagavatam. So Sukadeva Goswami is clarifying this is nothing but what? Idam means this is nothing but Bhagavatam. So hearing of all these qualities is nothing but what? Bhagavatam. So how did you got this Bhagavatam? From where you got? One can ask. And also previously he was known for Brahman meditation, and you are very much famous for this. When did you change your opinion? Actually, you are the follower of Brahman and Brahmanubhavi. That is a famous, and you left your home and you are running and you are going away from the home. So because you don't want to have any family attachments, this and that, because you want to meditate on the Brahman. Even your father was running behind you, but still you didn't hear him, and you just left the house. So your position is like that, but now you are saying, so hearing the pastimes of the Lord are wonderful and they are the highest pleasure giving things. So what is this? Then he is saying, I am also attracted by these names. That means when his disciples of Vasudev so sang the glories of the Lord, by hearing that, so he got the attraction for that. Akrishta chittaha, gruhita chetaha. That means his heart also is stolen by the pastimes or by the qualities of the Lord. And Brahmanubhavat. Yeah. So he himself is the proof. He is indicating himself as a proof that compared to the Brahmanubhava, hearing the pastimes of the Lord is the highest giving thing, is the highest pleasure giving thing. That is, he himself is establishing. And I am the proof, and I got this from my father, Dvaipayan Rishi. Like that he's saying. So what is the meaning of here Bhagavatam? So Bhagavantam Adikritya Kritam. That means the one which is centered around the Lord or Bhagavan is known as Bhagavatam, or otherwise the one which is told by the Lord is also known as Bhagavatam. So Chatusloki Bhagavatam, initially Bhagavatam was told by whom? By the Lord. So that's why Bhagavatam means the one which is spoken by Lord is also one of the definition of the Bhagavatam, or otherwise another definition is the one which is describing about the Lord is also known as Bhagavatam. There are two different definitions we have. So this Bhagavatam is a Shastram, and Parikshit, this is comprised of your questions and my answers. Yishmat Prashna Uttara Viraji Sri Bhagavad Leela Maya. And also it is telling about your appearance. And because that is your appearance is also involved with the glories of the Lord. Lord himself, who he protects his devotees, that is being established in your birth. So that's why it is also included with your birth and also so many other leelas. So he is telling to the Parikshit, this Bhagavatam, whatever I am going to speak, and this is nothing but your questions and my answers. Bhagavad-leela-mayam antarbhuta ishmadadi jana sthiti samstita katha prapancham. And this Bhagavatam is what? Is the essence of all the Upanishads. Is the essence of all the Upanishads. And I got this from my father. He said, I got this from my father. And there is one more word in this sloka, Brahma Sammitam. This word is there. What is the meaning of Brahma Sammitam? In the eighth, Brahma Sammitam means Parabrahma Tulyam. Brahma api samyak mitam ena itiva. Otherwise, it is meaning is even Brahma is also properly measured by this. Brahma is also measured. Means the pleasure, whatever is coming from the Brahman realization, is measured by this book Bhagavatam. Yes, it's comparing, na? It is telling about. So, what is the Brahman realization pleasure? It is very much so lower one actually. So that's why this Bhagavatam is measuring the what is the pleasure of Brahman realization, coming from the Brahman realization. So this is that's why it is also known as Brahma Sammitam. Mitam means is measuring of what? Sammita means measuring appropriately or properly, perfectly. So of what? Brahma. So measuring Brahman realization. So this is also known as Brahma Samhitam. So then how he came to know? He studied from his father, Adhitavan. Adhitavan means I studied from my father. That means one should study from this, what we should understand. One should study Srimad Bhagavatam from the teacher actually. It's not the subject matter like by his own intellectual capacity one cannot understand. Because what is the main thing? We are hearing about the Lord and his glories, which are all are achintya. Yes, achintya means they are beyond the logic. If it is material subject matter, then you can understand that using the logics. If you have logical understanding, logical brain, you can easily get the material subject matter. But what is the subject matter of the Srimad Bhagavatam? Krishna and his glories. Krishna is also beyond the logic, and his glory is also beyond the logic. So then how to get the faith on those things? Because you got habituated to understand the things, everything based upon the logic. That's like the electronics or whatever we study mathematics, we all apply the logic and we understand. But Bhagavatam is not the such a thing actually. Is it describing about the glories of the Lord which are beyond the logic? Then how to believe that? The Krishna is simultaneously is also Ajaha, that means not having the birth, and also is the son of Vasudeva and Devaki. And that is also fact. It's not that just some drama. That means like in the dramas, so we play the drama like that. Krishna is not playing any drama. And he is also son of the Vasudeva and Devaki. Is it real or not? It's real. It's not the some kind of anukarana. That means it's not some kind of imitation. No. Krishna sometimes he's just doing the some kind of drama type. Everyone came. It's not like that. That is also fact. If you accept it as a drama, then Krishna's leelas are not real actually. Then our philosophy will go on. So how it is possible? Simultaneously, he is not having the birth and he's also having the birth. And how to believe this kind of controversial, contradictory things? At one place, two different, that means two opposite things are possible in Krishna. He is also bigger than the biggest and he is also smaller than the smallest. And he is also standing as a small person in front of us and he is also all pervasive. How it is? How to believe such a things? This is only possible by the mercy of pure devotees. So we can put faith on these things fully without any doubt, and we do sadhana for pleasing the Lord. Then one can achieve the resultant. That means goal. So that's why this subject matter, whatever is there in the Bhagavatam, should be learned from that means pure devotees, and one should study from them, and so one can get the faith on that subject matter. But if you study from the logician, wherever the contradictory qualities are there which are not under the logic, he simply give the some material interpretation and he will make everything as just which can be approached by the logic. So that's why by following that means some so-called academicians and who are not devotees, who doesn't have faith on the Lord, if we hear from them, so you are not going to achieve the desired goal. No. So that's why here Sukadeva Goswami is saying, I learned from my father. I studied from my father. So, my dear Parikshit, this cannot be understood just by buddhi balena. So, swayam gnatum ashakya. By using one's own intelligence, one cannot grasp the thing of this Bhagavatam. So in the sloka, there is one Dwapar Adu. Dwapar Adi. Adi means beginning. Dwapar Adi means beginning of Dwapar Yuga. So here Sukadeva Goswami is saying that I learned this Bhagavatam from my father in the beginning of Dwapar Yuga. How it is actually. But Krishna and also Dvaipa and Sukadeva, all they came at the ending of the Dwapara. But here in this sloka, we are seeing he heard in the beginning of the Dwapara Yuga how to understand. Yeah.
The translation Prabhupada write
Yeah. Dwapara Ado means here Dwapara means what you should take? End of the Dwapara Yuga you should take. And Adi means then what you should take? Beginning of the ending of Dwapara. Like that we should take. Beginning of the ending of Dwapara. Okay. That's the last point in this. I will read the Prabhupada's. The statement made by Srila Sukadeva Goswami that the topmost transcendentalist who is beyond the jurisdiction of regulations and restrictions mainly takes to the task of hearing about glorifying the personality of Godhead. He is verified by his personal example. Yeah, he is saying, Sukadeva Goswami is a personal example. He left all the Brahman realization, meditating on the Brahma Samadhi, and he himself engaged himself hearing the glories of the Lord from his father. He is setting an example. So he's telling himself as an example here. Personal example he's giving. Sukadeva Goswami, being a recognized liberated soul and the topmost transcendentalist, was accepted by all the topmost sages present in the meeting during the last 7 days of Maharaj Parikshit. He cites from the example of his life that he himself was attracted by the transcendental activities of the Lord and he studied Srimad Bhagavatam from his great father, Sri Dvaipayana Vasudev. Srimad Bhagavatam or for that matter, any other scientific literature cannot be studied at home by one's own intellectual capacity. So Prabhupada is also, you can see here. So medical books of anatomy or psychology, physiology are available in the market. But no one can become a qualified medical practitioner simply by reading such books at home. One has to be admitted to the medical college and study the books under the guidance of learned persons. Similarly, Srimad Bhagavatam, the postgraduate study of the science of Godhead, can only be learned by studying it at the feet of a realized soul like Srila Vyasadeva. Although Sukadeva Goswami was a liberated soul from the very day of his birth, he still had to take lessons of Srimad Bhagavatam from his great father Vasudeva, who compiled the Srimad Bhagavatam under the instruction of another great soul, Sri Narada Muni. So Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu instructed a learned Brahmana to study Srimad Bhagavatam from a personal Bhagavat. Srimad Bhagavatam is biased on the transcendental, is based on the transcendental name, form, attributes, past tense. So already Sukadeva Goswami established in the 7th sloka. So past tense, names, qualities are the highest. So that is nothing but what? That is nothing but Srimad Bhagavatam. Srimad Bhagavatam is fully comprised of all these things only. That means in every topic, everywhere you will be seeing the establishment of pure devotional service. Even in the 9th canto also, every prasanga, you should see the conclusion of the prasanga, not the every sloka, but that's So Vishwanath Thakur also says, Prati slokam abaddavatyapi. There he says, so in that sloka's commentary, it's not necessary that every sloka should be the discussing about the pure devotional service. But the topic conclusion should be the pure devotional service. So that's why you can see so many conversations between the Vidura and Maitreya, Narada and Brahmaji. And also you can see the Sukadeva Parikshit. Like that, so many, you can see the conversations. In each and every conversation, what is being established? In every Upakyana, so pure devotional service only is established. So that's why Bhagavatam is completely filled with the pure devotional service. Pastimes of the Lord are executed in cooperation with his pure devotees, and consequently, historical instances are mentioned in this great literature because they are related to Krishna. It is called Brahma Samhitam because it is the sound representative of Lord Krishna, like Bhagavad Gita. So, this is one more definition. Srila Prabhupada is also taking from the various other acharyas' commentaries. So, definitely, I didn't verify the other commentaries because, as per our early discussions. So I'll be following only one Acharya this time, I and Srila Prabhupada. So there is another definition for the Bhagavatam is what? So the sound representation of the Lord. This is also another, yeah. So one more point Vishwanath Chakra Thakur said na, is the essence of all the Upanishads. Upanishads are the essence of all the Vedas. That's why Upanishads are also known as Vedanta. So, and what is the essence of all those Vedantas are nothing but Upanishads. That is nothing but Srimad Bhagavatam. So that's why this is Upanishad Saram. That point is being explained here. And in the last whatever beginning of the Dwapara Yuga, you should say here. So or the beginning of Dwapara Yuga in the context, Vasudev appeared at the end of Dwapara Yuga as the son of Satyavati, and therefore the word Dwaparadav or the beginning of the Dwapar Yuga. So in this context means just prior to the beginning of Kali Yuga. That means beginning of the ending of Dwapar Yuga. Like that we should. Okay. Parinishthitopi nairgunya uttama sloka leelaya गृहीत चेता राजर्षे आख्यानं यदधीतवान्. Last session, someone.
O saintly king,
Yeah.
O saintly king, I was suddenly situated perfectly in transit. Yet I was still attracted by the illumination of the pastime of the Lord, which is described by an
Yeah. Parinishthitopi nairgunya. He's saying, even I was also fixed in Brahman realization, Brahma Samadhi. Uttama sloka leelaya gruhita cheta. My heart is, yes, bro. Acha, acha, acha. Font, Prabhu, font size I should increase. I think. Okay. Yeah. Parinishtita, that means he has a nishta. That means he was steadily fixed in Brahma Samadhi. Nairgunya means here Brahma Samadhi. But Uttama Sloka Leelaya, when he heard the past tense of the Uttama Sloka means Krishna. When he heard the Leela past tense of the Krishna, Gruhita Cheta, his heart was attracted. Rajarshe, O Rajarshi, Akyanam Yad Aditavan. Then I started hearing Bhagavatam from my father. So that means Brahmanubhavadapi Leelayaha Madhuryadikye Ahameva Pramanam iti bhavaha. That means what is the essence of this sloka? So he's giving his own personal example actually. I am example for so saying compared to the Brahman realization, compared to the pleasure, whatever is coming from the Brahman. So the pleasure, the sweetness, whatever is there in the Lord's pastimes is far, far greater. For that, I am the example. Ahameva pramanam. I am proof for that. Okay, now The absolute truth is realized as the impersonal Brahman at the first instance by philosophical speculation, and later as super soul by further progress of transcendental knowledge. But if by the grace of the Lord an impersonalist is enlightened by the superior statements of Srimad Bhagavatam, he is also converted into transcendental devotees of the personality of Godhead. That means even the Jnanis who did the Nishkama Karma Yoga and entered into Gnana Yoga process, if they come in contact with the pure devotees, so because of the strength of their pure devotion, they will also become pure devotees. They can also change their track actually. Even the Ashtanga yogis, that's why Sukadeva Goswami is saying, all these, whoever are there, another different kinds of transcendentalists, they all should get the association of devotees and so do the Uttama Sloka Leela, that means chant and sing the pastimes of the Lord. That is the highest. But if by the grace of the Lord, an impersonalist is enlightened by the superior statements of Srimad Bhagavatam, he also converted into transcendental devotees of the personality of Godhead. With a poor fund of knowledge, we can't adjust to the idea of the personality of the absolute truth, and personal activities of Lord are deplored by the less intelligent impersonalist. Impersonalist, what they think, na? So they see, so since forms, like I am also, everyone is having the form. So hands and legs, face, these are all there. Because of this, we are always getting the problems. Yes. So another person is there, and because of the persons only, I am getting the problem. And because that's why, if I don't have person at all, personality, if I don't have personality and no persons, then what will happen? No problem. Everything will be happy. This is the idea of the impersonalist. That's why they want to make everything like qualities are there. Because of the qualities only, we are getting the problems. Like gold is having the better qualities, stone is having the lesser qualities, and the price of that is more, and everyone is running after that, and for that everyone is killing also, and everyone is doing so many other different heinous activities. So that's why make the everything no qualities, then make everything as quality less, and we want that one, then there will be no problems, no fighting. So that's why this is the idea of the personalist. But and that's why, because of this poor fund of, here Prabhupada is saying it's a poor fund of the knowledge. But they don't know that there is another personality, even that is also having hands and legs and eyes and everything, but it is completely transcendental. It is not like my body. This knowledge they don't have actually. They don't want to accept this. So this is the problem with the impersonalist. Because of this, they are rejecting all the form, qualities, and everything, and trying to be one with the Brahman. But reasons and arguments together with the transcendental process of approaching the absolute truth help even the staunch impersonalists to become attracted by personal activities of the Lord. But Lords, if they don't have such, that means generally impersonalist also two types. Impersonalist, so the followers of the Sankaracharya, they are the Advaitins, they are different, and the Jnanis, which are said by the first 6 chapters of the Bhagavad Gita, they are different. That means Jnanis are different and Advaitins are different. What is the difference between these two people? Both are worshipping the Brahman only. But the difference is, anyone knows?
They consider the form of Lord as Maya. But they don't consider.
Yeah, very good. So they consider form of the Lord as out of the Maya. Who Advaitins they consider. And this is the very great offense towards the Lord. And because of that, even they do hard work to get the Brahman, they never get. So that's the Advaitins, the followers of the Sankaracharya. They never get even the liberation also. To get the liberation, one should not offend the Lord. That means he should accept the Lord as transcendental personality. And but he still wants only the Brahman realization. So then only, if there is no offense, then only they will be getting the Brahman realization. If they have any kind of offensive mentality towards the Lord's form, they will never get. They will never get the Brahman realization. So a person like Sukadeva Goswami cannot be attracted by any mundane activity, but when such a devotee is convinced by a superior method, he is certainly attracted by the transcendental activities. Next. Tadaham te vidhasyami Mahapaurushiko bhavan Yasya Shraddadhatamashru Syan Mukunde Matissati. Translation.
That very Srimad Bhagavatam I shall recite before you, because you are the most sincere devotee of Lord Krishna. One who gives full attention and respect to hearing Srimad Bhagavatam achieves unflinching faith in the Supreme Lord, the giver of salvation.
Thank you, Paul. So this much after hearing, Parshid Maharaj is so excited. Oh, that means Lord's names, qualities, forms, they are so wonderful. Even they attracted you who is meditating on the Brahman. So why can't I get those things? I also want. He can get that idea, na? So understanding that, so the desire of the Parshid Maharaj, Sukadeva Goswami spoke this sloka. So what he is saying, okay, yes, my dear Parikshit, you are also very great personality. Mahapurusham Krishnam Praptum Arhati. You are qualified to get the Krishna's pastimes and Krishna. You are qualified for that. Because he is very humble and very obedient. And he doesn't have any offensive mentality. So the one who doesn't have, so one whoever is envious about the Lord, then who doesn't have any Shraddha, one should not be, that means engaging him in the pure devotional service is not good actually. So for the person instructing a faithless person, so to chant the holy names for the all the time, if you instruct them, so that is also not good actually. He will be even further offending. So that's why here Sukadeva Goswami is saying, you are qualified. Mahapurusham Krishnam Praptum Arhati iti Mahapaurishikaha. You are qualified to get the Krishna. Yadva Shraddha Tatham Madhye Yasya Tava Mati Sati. And here one more point. He is saying, you have Shraddha. Yasya Shraddha Datam Ashu Syat Mukunde Mati Sati. That means you are the best among the persons who are having the faith on the Lord. So that's why I will be discussing with you all the qualities of the Lord and all the pastimes of the Lord with you. That is a qualification. One should be having this Shraddha. Without this Shraddha, so one cannot be engaged in the direct, pure devotional service. Then what is recommended for them? Whoever is not having the full Shraddha, then they will be engaged to do the karma and so offer that result to the Lord. So that they will be getting the, that means slowly prema. That means some kind of attraction towards the Lord, ruchi, in doing the service and associating the pure devotees due course of the time, gradually they will develop the Shraddha. But if someone is not having the Shraddha on the Lord, and if you say him to be fully every minute, you should engage in hearing the pastimes of the Lord or chanting the pastimes of the Lord, then what will happen? Na ghar ka, na ghat ka. So, kisi ka nahi hoga. So what will happen then? He is not having such a faith on the Lord. He cannot engage himself in devotional service, direct devotional service 24 hours. And also he is having the mentality of the sense gratification. So for gratifying the senses, they need money. For money, they should do karma, work. Now you made them to not to work also. And also he doesn't have full Shraddha on the Lord. Then where he should go? Then he will become Mityachar. He'll become Mithya, Sayeva Mithyachari, actually. Manasa Smaran Indriyartha. So he'll keep on thinking about the sense objects and not able to engage himself in the devotional service. about the sense service, and also is not having the means to gratify regulated sense gratification also he cannot do now, because he is bereft of the karma. So then for them, what is needed? For them, there is a need of, so they has to be properly guided actually. So they has to be given with the some kind of sense gratification by allowing them to do the karma. And along with that, also they will be doing the devotional service. Gradually, what will happen? As much as they increase that means association with the devotees, pure devotees, and if they keep on hearing the glories of the Lord, then they will develop the full Shraddha. Now I don't want anything. Now I want to serve fully the Lord, and I don't have Anyabhilasha Sunyam. You should get the mood of Anyabhilasha Sunyam. That is a qualification actually. That means no other desires, only one desire, pleasing the Lord. And also he should not think about for doing the devotional service there is a need of the other things like karma, gnana, these are all needed. So such a mentality also he should not have. Then he is qualified to be engaged in the direct devotional service. So one who has such a shraddha, anyabhilasha sunyam gnana karma dhanavritam, and such a person can be engaged in direct pure devotional service. Before that he has to be trained properly. And here Sukadeva Goswami is saying that Shraddha Datham Asu. So you are the best among the people who have Shraddha on the Lord. So that's why you are now qualified to hear the pastimes of the Lord. So now I am going to narrate or tell those pastimes to you.
In this verse, you are saying that when we give opportunity to an envious person from an association of devotee, he might be in a difficult situation. I don't know, discipline on that. Guruji, in that case, we see in practical life because we all have anasuya way, that is envy towards Lord, and we all have a self-verification tendency.
Yeah.
But still, we come directly in the association of devotee, then changes happen.
Yeah.
So it is good. It is necessary to engage them in karma instead of directly engaging them in devotion.
No. My point is here. So engaging them in the direct devotional service, 24 hours, that is not recommended, I am saying. You have to build their Shraddha. You cannot ask them to leave everything and accept now pure devotional service and do that 24 hours. That is not recommended for them. So, na janayet buddhi vedam. Yes, Prabhu.
So you just need to take my understanding regarding Shraddha.
Huh.
Like we, Shraddha Sadhu, he says, so Shraddha means daily the faith on the Lord, we are saying here. Shraddha is intensity of that degree to believe on the God. But we actually call Shraddha. Means even in our preaching also, Mahaprabhu says Shraddhavan and Janana. How we will select the people or how we can in ourselves we calculate how much Shraddha we have. What is the dimension of Shraddha?
We can ask what is the symptom of this Shraddha?
Yes.
The symptom of Shraddha is Sharanagati. So Sharanagati is also defined with Pratikulya, Anukulyasya Sankalpaha, Pratikulyasya Varjanam, Rakshishyati iti Swasaha, Goptrupte Varnanam, so Karpanyam and Atmanivedanam. These are the 6 angas of the Sharanagati. So one has to, that means to identify, to measure the Shraddha. So like to measure the fever, what we do, we will be measuring the temperature. Na? So then we will understand the intensity of the fever. So similarly here, to measure the Shraddha, one should use these 6 angas of the Sharanagati. So how much Shraddha he has.
The degree the person is having surrender, that degree he is having Shraddha.
The one who, that is the beginning of pure devotion. Yeah, Sharanagati is the beginning. That's Rupa Goswami also says in the Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti. So Shraddha is the beginning. Dhrida Shraddha is the Adhikari, he says. 3 types of Shraddhas are there. In that, whoever is having the Dhrida Shraddha, actually, the first one, he is Adhikari, he wrote for the pure devotion. Yeah.
लेकिन कोई आता है हमारे टेम्पल में और हम उसको रिक्वेस्ट करते हैं जप करने के लिए, उसको कोई श्रद्धा नहीं है, तो क्या उससे श्रद्धा इंक्रीज होगा और वो उसको बोल सकते हैं कि आप एटलीस्ट 1 राउंड chanting कीजिए?
Yeah, we should do that. So that depends upon the power of the person who, the devotional power, the person who having. Every Jivatma is meant for the devotion. So, but some Jivatmas are if some powerful personality is there, even if he is so crooked and so, that means not having not at all having any Shraddha, by the intensity of the devotion of the opposite person, the devotee, they will change. If we have less power with us, we cannot influence. That ultimately depends upon the power of the devotee. Even the person who has less Shraddha, they can also become devotees. Like in the case of Prabhupada, and in our case, there is a big difference. That is because association also varies based upon the what? Based upon the strength, the devotion strength that the person is having. So if he have a lot of strength, he can nullify the opposite person's offenses also, and sow the bhakti bija in his heart. So that depends actually. Maybe one round, and maybe that person can take up even 16 rounds also, or even more also. That's the power of association makes the matter here. So if we are pure, then everyone will become devotee. We are not pure, then few only will become devotee. That's very actually. It's not fault with those people. It's fault with us. We are not having such an intensified devotion in our heart. So that's why we are not able to give the power to them, which will nullify their offenses. Yeah.
Why there's so much of because we don't have politics.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. So here, so I will give Bhagavatam, he said, na? Sukadeva Goswami. Sukadeva Goswami told to Parishit Maharaj from the beginning, Janmadhyasya to Anvaya, from there to ending. From the Janmadhyasya Ityarabhya Vishnuratam Amu Amum Muchad. So this is you can see in the Bhagavatam, Bhagavata ends, I will just show. In the 12th canto, 13th chapter, what is the This is the ending actually. 12.13.21. This is the ending sloka. I don't know how these two slokas came. So here Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is saying, Sukadeva Goswami made Parikshit to hear from the Janmadhyasya to Vishnu Ratam Amumuchat. This point has to be verified. Because our acharyas accepting till 12.13.21. What is the proof? This is the proof. So from Janmadhyasya iti arabhya Vishnuratam amumuchat iti amumuchat ityantam. Iti antam. This is the anta. This much. So Parishit Maharaj, Sukadeva Goswami told to Parishit Maharaj. Maybe so BBT, Prabhupada wrote till 10th canto, so 13th chapter half. And after that, our BBT team has added. I don't know. So yeah. Yes, Prabhuji.
We hear that it added with Nam Sankirtanam Yasya. So Bhagavatam went here.
But
From where Chaitanya Charitamrita begins.
But from our acharyas, even Sridhar Swami also says, the ending is Vishnu Rata Mumuchat. This is the last sloka.
Many of our place in the devotees, even the final words of Nam Sankirtanam.
I will have to see from where that is. But this is known actually. Many people also know this. These last two slokas are not seen.
Acharya says your commentary.
No commentary is there actually. No commentary is there on those two slokas. Anyway, so Sarvameva Srimad Bhagavatam Sravayamasa. So it's not that from the second canto, from the first sloka, Sukadeva Goswami made to hear Parishit Maharaj. No, from the beginning, Janmadhyasya to Vishnu Radha Mumuchat. That's the ending. It is total he taught to Parishit Maharaj. Like that we should take. If we don't take like that, what will happen? There is a problem will come. Oh, there is one sloka, what it is telling. Ambarisha Sukaproktam Nityam Bhagavatam Srunu. This is a sloka from the Smriti Shastras. Oh my dear Ambarish. What is the translation? Oh my dear Ambarish. So you daily hear the Bhagavatam which is spoken by Sukadeva Goswami. That means if you take Bhagavatam means from the beginning of second canto to the Vishnu Ratha Mamum, just before that actually, before the ending of the at the ending Sutta Goswami begins. Before that, if you only that much if you consider, then studying of the first canto and also studying of the 13th chapter of the 12th canto, it will not be Sukaproktam. Huh? It will not be Sukaproktam. And studying of that, it will not be come under the studying of Bhagavatam. You got my point? I'll repeat once again. Ambarisha Sukaproktam Bhagavatam Nityam Srunu. That means, O Ambarish, okay. Always. Okay, otherwise. Okay. Which was spoken by Sukadeva Goswami. This is the statement from this Smriti Shastra. If we consider Bhagavatam means from the second canto, first to 12th chapter of the 12th canto, not the last part of the Sukadeva Goswami, Sutta Goswami is telling to Sonaka. If you don't consider that, only this much is the one. If you consider this much only is taught by Sukadeva Goswami to Parikshit, then what will happen? Studying of first canto and studying of 13 chapter of the 12th canto. So will not be coming under Bhagavatam study. But we all know. So Bhagavatam means from the first canto to 13th chapter of the 12th canto. We all know this is Bhagavatam. So that means what? From this Smriti statement, we should understand Sukadeva Goswami taught everything. First canto, including first canto and also the 13th chapter of the 12th canto. Everything he spoke to Parikshit. If you don't take like that, only if you take half, then so hearing of first canto and also hearing of the 13th chapter of the 12th canto will not be Bhagavad. It will not be Bhagavad. That problem will come. Yeah.
Historically, context is the second canto.
So that is the thing. Here, one may get that. So it's not just a record actually. Like in the newspaper, what we do the recording. Incident happens, then after that recording is done about that incident. But these scriptures are not like that. These scriptures are already there. And whatever is going to happen, that means we should understand like this. Sukadeva Goswami knows that he is going to meet Parikshit Maharaj and he is going to ask the questions. All these things he knows because before meeting with the Parikshit itself, he learned everything. So that in that everything is there. So that same thing now he is going to ask. So like that we should take. That means in Vedas already everything is recorded, everything is there. According to that, incidents happens. But in our just day-to-day life, we see first incidents happen, then after that news reporters will come and make the reporting. Actually, you will be writing the story. So it's not like that. Not like news report. Vedas are always existing. And compilation is also always existing. Yeah.
Really, just we see that in Mangalacharan, Sutta Goswami, Yam Pravajantam Vedam. So Shukdev Goswami is glorifying himself in his Mangalacharan. How to see that? Because first canto was spoken by Sutta Goswami.
Of course, he is studying this as Bhagavatam. Sukadeva Goswami is studying it as Bhagavatam. It's a pure. So Sukadeva Goswamis can be many. So many means in each and every Leela, that means different people can be Sukadeva Goswamis. So this is Sukadeva Goswami is now is a transcendental personality, and then that is being studied as he is studying as Bhagavatam, as a well established is a scripture which is describing about the Bhakti, and he is studying that as a service. It's not that the self glorification, of course. So that means even one is glorified, devotee is glorified. Because of that Jivatma, he is not being glorified. He is glorified because of the devotion, whatever is there in that heart. So by seeing that only he is glorified. Na? So that means glory goes to whom? Not to that Jivatma, it goes to Bhakti.
Bhagavatam Samhita.
Brahma Samhita.
Brahma Samhita.
Yeah.
Bhagavatam definition also you gave.
Yeah.
Then you told that whatever is spoken about the Lord,
Yeah.
and by the Lord, all those things. So
Yeah.
even if we consider from Canto 2 to the end where Shukdev Goswami speaks, even if Shukdev Goswami spoke from the first canto, that is also about the Lord. That is also.
Yeah, in that way it is Bhagavatam. But here this Smriti statement has to be, it will be failed. Na? In the Smriti Shastra, it is said that, so, oh my dear Ambarish, you should you should always hear Bhagavatam, which is spoken by Sukadeva Goswami. So then, then if you take only from the second canto, then first and last cantos will not, last chapter of the last canto will not be Bhagavatam.
The first canto was also.
Yeah. That.
Logically, we see like Shukdev Goswami came later as compared to Ambarish Maharaj.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. So that's why these scriptures are always, it's not the, you'll be seeing the different people are taking those characters. But the scripture is eternally existing. And it's eternally existing, and it's ultimately everyone is also glorified because of the bhakti in their heart. That is also, that glorification also is going to, if you glorify a devotee, means that glorification is going to whom? Going to Krishna, actually. We are not glorifying just any individual soul. So all the glories are glorifying, that's a devotees also going that glories to devotion only, to the Krishna only. Yeah.
We understood that Bhagavatam actually Chatushloki Bhagavatam.
Yeah.
So Vyas, by his name, he expanded it.
Yeah.
So that too does have a historical significance that Vyas is actually edited to 18,000 verses. So now with this further, we have to understand that 18,000 verses Bhagavatam also existed eternally. Only this Vyas Dev did a service.
Yeah.
In this time period.
Yes. So like we have so many Vedas actually, not so many versions of the Vedas. For example, in our Brahmanda, Chaturmukha Brahma is there, and his version of the Vedas are different. And the next another Brahmanda, which is having the even more bigger size, and there also the heads of the Brahmaji is varying, and his version of the Vedas are different. Like that, millions of Brahmandas are there, then millions and versions of Vedas versions are there. And also because Brahmaji do the creation based upon what? He also should need some reference book or not. Yeah. Otherwise, this Brahmaji will create the 2 hands for the human beings, and next Brahmaji may create 3 hands. And also this Brahmaji may create the tree, means he may give the name for the tree as to the mountain, and mountain name to the tree. But all the things are properly followed. That means in every creation, in every millennium, not only millennium, in every Brahma's life. So why? Because every Brahmaji is given with one reference book, that is Vedas. So in that Vedas also it varies from the Brahmanda to another Brahmanda, and also it varies from the Devatas also are ruling this whole different departments. They also need some rules and regulations and some guidebook. They also have the Vedas. Their version is even simplified than the Brahmaji's version. Even if you come to the Karma Bhumi, that means it's Prithvi. So here also we have some reference book. We also want reference book. And our version of the Vedas is very simple. Because to live our material life, Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Sudra, Brahmachari, Gruhastha, Vanaprastha, Sannyasi, we need the rules and regulations are not for the society. These are all taught by the Vedas. So that's our version of the Vedas is a very simplified one. So now what Vasudev did, Vasudev knows better than the Brahmaji. He is Lord, he is incarnation of the Lord. And whatever the known by all the Brahmajis in all the different Brahmandas, different versions, everything he knows. And he is verifying all the versions, and from there, so that means the topics which are describing about the bhakti, those he compiled as a book. And that's why his service is unparalleled actually. Vasudev's service. So for this humanity, whatever he did. So every Acharya, whenever he comes, he writes books. And others they will distribute. That is the business. If you see, next Shat Goswamis, they also came and they wrote books. Then after that, if you see Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, Baldev Vidyabhushan, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur Goswami Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada, everyone they write books actually. So books are the basis. Yeah, yes. Purport for the 10th sloka. Srimad Bhagavatam is recognized Vedic wisdom, and the system of receiving Vedic knowledge is called Avaroha Pantha, or the process of receiving transcendental knowledge through bona fide disciplic succession. For advancement of material knowledge, there is a need for personal ability and researching aptitude. But in the case of spiritual knowledge, all process depends more or less on the mercy of the spiritual master. The spiritual master must be satisfied with the disciple. Only then is knowledge actually manifest before the student or student of spiritual science. The process should not, however, be misunderstood to be something like magical feats whereby the spiritual master acts like a magician and injects spiritual knowledge into his disciple, as if surcharging him with an electrical current. The bona fide spiritual master reasonably explains everything to disciple on the authorities of Vedic wisdom. The disciple can receive such teachings not exactly intellectually, but submissive inquiries and a service attitude. Because while discussing these spiritual matters, sometimes they are beyond the logic. So then at that time, one should not be rebelliant of that. That means why like this? I cannot understand. I don't accept. No. So that's why by submissive inquiries and service attitude, this is very much important. So by the submissively, he has to accept because spiritual master also should speak based upon the authorities of the Vedic wisdom. He also should not speak whimsically. And since everyone is under the authority of the scriptures, whatever the definitions or axioms given by the scriptures has to be accepted. That's why that is a Shraddha actually. Shraddha's definition is Shastrartha Vishwasana. So one having the faith on the conclusions of the Shastra. So, but if you don't have any Viswasa, Shraddha in the Shastra, or you don't allow, that means you don't accept Shastra as the highest authority, then it's very difficult actually. Then he cannot be. He is always using his logic or his perception, sense perception or the so inference. Then that is not going to work. It is not going to help him. So the Jiva Goswami in Tattva Sandarbha Sarva Samvadini Tika, he defines the establishing of the Shastra as the highest pramana. And Shabda pramana also is having the two types of Shabda. So one is the defective Shabda and another is non-defective Shabda. And that non-defective Shabda is only so Bhagavatam, Shastras, Vedas. And then he systematically establishes even Vedas also, yeah, Srimad Bhagavatam finally concludes. Vedas also we are not having the fully available. Then how can you understand what is the conclusion of that? Then what is the alternative for that? Then he goes for the Itihasas and Puranas. But there are so many kinds of the Puranas are there. What do we have to take? Then he will go to the Satvik Puranas. In that Satvik Purana, why we have to take only Srimad Bhagavatam? So like that he goes very systematically and establishes. So such a studies will help us to get the full faith on the Shastra. So once if we get the strong faith on the Shastra, this will be helping us to accept whatever is said in that without any, that means hesitation, without any hesitation. So that is very important. If we have some kind of hesitation to accept the truth, then that will weak our sadhana actually. Once something is beyond your logic and something you don't want to accept that, then automatically that will lead to the so next thing is okay, why I have to hear all this, why I have to follow this process. These things happen generally. People that's why initially it's very important establishing the Srimad Bhagavatam as the highest authority for the knowledge. This has to be done, and the beginning neophyte devotees also. This has to be extensively discussed. So why we have to believe in the Vedas? In that also, Jiva Goswami gives hundreds of the so many logics actually in so many ways in the society. How one can try to try to refute that, accepting the authority of the Vedas. The one can think in many ways, all the possible so questions he is taking, and he handled all those and he answered everything in his literature, in his Sarva Samvadini Tika. Just if you have some time, you can see some that one any time if you have. It will be helping for your yeah.
Bhakti of spiritual master, because you're saying that we should not take it as something like
magic. Yeah.
What exactly is happening? Because ultimately, like a disciple is submissively trying to understand, and Guru is teaching him. And so
the mercy is like example. Initially, some anarthas we have, and spiritual master is going to destroy those anarthas. Like example, if the field is completely filled with the rocks, and if you put even a seed, it is not going to be germinated actually. There is no sprouting, nothing is going to happen. But what you have to do, you have to remove that stones, and then you have to sow the seed. Then that will be growing. So spiritual master, what he will do, in our heart there are so many anarthas, which will not at all allow to accept the truth, whatever said in the Shastras. So why? Because we have some anartha in our. Those are being destroyed by the spiritual master by his mercy. So that next that seed is sown in your heart, then that will grow. Then you have to take care of that. So carefully you should make it grow so that you should not to commit any offenses and so on so. But initially those anarthas are so strongly are there. So what is going to happen? Because of that anartha, even you cannot put any faith on these scriptures and Krishna. Then what is the solution? If you don't put on faith on the Krishna and if you don't chant the mantras, holy names, then only that will be removed. Generally, whatever the anarthas in our heart, how they will be removed? They will be removed by the chanting the holy names again and again. That is a solution to remove the anarthas. When the anarthas are removed, then he will be able to get the mercy of the Bhakti Maharani and he can grow. That means in the devotion, his devotion will grow. But now anarthas are like rocks. Since now he has so strong anarthas, that is not those anarthas are not allowing that person to accept bhakti itself. If he accept bhakti and if he chant mantras, then only those anarthas will go. And now, what is the solution for them? You understood my point? I will explain once again. So someone is there. So he has anarthas. How to remove those anarthas? That means anarthas related to the holy name. And how to remove those anarthas? Those will be removed by chanting. That is only the solution actually. Yeah.
Only by not chanting, the entire process of devotional service will produce from Kirtan, Vishnu Smaran. This all will come. Hearing also, everything.
Especially holy name is going to mainly the offenses toward the 10 offenses are important, and those are against the holy name, and those will be nullified by the chanting. Yeah. So those are the main stumbling blocks. Other anarthas are not so powerful. Bhaktyut anarthas and Sukrutot anarthas, Dushkrutot anarthas, those are not powerful anarthas. But the Nama Pradas are the really powerful anarthas, which will not allow, those anarthas are not allowing that person to take or to accept the holy name and chant. But until unless if he doesn't chant, anarthas will not go. And now since he has anarthas, he is not able to accept. Then what is the solution for that jiva? Ah. Yeah. Yes. So then that means until unless if he doesn't chant the mantras, that anarthas towards the holy name will not go. So, but since those powerful anarthas are there, that's why he's not taking. He's not taking the holy name. Then what is the solution? Then spiritual master will remove those anarthas. By his mercy, by his power. He is independent. He has his own will, free will. Nobody can force him.
But we make the spiritual master to discover mercy. Something because it is written.
It's not conditional. It's unconditional. Yeah. Then even if we try to please, he may give, may not give. That is because we should not come the spiritual master mercy under anything. Anything, no. One may serve for the 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. You cannot say that why you are not giving mercy. But one should steadily serve him. Even he may get or may not get the taste in the holy name, but he should serve the spiritual master. Whenever spiritual master feels to give, then he will give. But we should put faith and we should keep on serving. And why this is like that? That is like that only. Because that's bhakti and mercy. Mercy is mercy. Mercy means what? No conditions. Mercy is given actually. It's freely it is given by him. Now you are beggar and you are begging, and that is he is not so much, he is not need of your service. He is already situated in the spiritual platform and he is blissful and he is doing his service. And you are the beggar and you are going to him. We should go actually to the spiritual master. And he is not demanding of your service, and so now I did service for you, then you should give to me. No, that will not work. Yeah. So that's mercy. No? So that means we should humbly serve him whenever he feels he will give, but we should steadily serve. So that's why those anarthas which are already there in the heart, which are not allowing to that, especially nama paradas. Okay, I should mention very clearly, it's nama paradas. So which are there in our heart, already done previously, those will not allow that person to take the holy names. Until unless if he doesn't take the holy names, these anarthas will not go. Then how to bring this person into the, then he cannot help himself, because those anarthas are stopping him to take the holy name. Then that means there is some another person has to help him. So who is that another person? That is a spiritual master. He is going to help. So that is a mercy actually.
Yes, sir. So like when you say the spiritual master is giving Shraddha for so that you can take up the process, because you don't have that Shraddha and is not able to take up the process.
Yes, sir. The spiritual master will destroy those anarthas. Bhakti Sandarbha actually.
Through the instruction of the spiritual master, he destroys all.
Yeah, it's many ways. Mercy can come in many ways. He may scold, he may beat, he may hug, or he may give flower, he may give prasadam. Like Narada Muni gave curse actually to Nalakuver and Manigriva. That is itself is a blessing. That's a mercy. So that's a mercy is having many forms. Not in one form actually. It can be the scolding, it can be curse, it can be just pampering, it can be anything. So that's a doctor. He's a spiritual master is a doctor, and he knows what kind of medicine should be given, whether bitter medicine should be given or the sweet medicine should be given. Sometimes he may give sweet medicine, sometimes he may give very bitter medicine, but we should take. Then the disease will be cured. Otherwise, no. If you select the medicine, then you are not accepting the doctor.
Shabda Brahmani's topmost is like in Sarvasambhadani Tika.
Yeah, it is mentioned in Sarvasammadini of the Tattva Sandarbha. Yeah. So that's why a disciple can receive such a teachings not exactly intellectually, but by submissive inquiries and service attitude. The idea is that both the spiritual master and the disciple must be bona fide. In this case, the spiritual master Sukadeva Goswami is ready to recite exactly what he has learned from his great father Srila Vyasadeva, and the disciple Maharaj Parikshit is a great devotee of Lord Krishna. And so that means he has full shraddha on the Lord, and he is very much submissive to the Guru. So then he is going to recite the all the time. So Krishna's pastimes. A devotee of Lord Krishna, he is he who believes sincerely that by becoming a devotee of the Lord, one becomes fully equipped with the everything spiritual. This teaching is imparted by Lord himself in the pages of Bhagavad Gita, in which it is clearly described that the Lord is everything, and that to surrender unto him solely and wholly makes one the most perfectly pious man. This unflinching faith in the Lord Krishna prepares one to become a student of Srimad Bhagavatam. That's what Prabhupada is saying. One should be so having the teachings of the Bhagavad Gita first, being having full faith on those words, then he can enter into the next level, Srimad Bhagavatam. So one who hears Srimad Bhagavatam from a devotee like Sukadeva Goswami is sure to attain salvation at the end, as Maharaj Parikshit did. The professional recites of Srimad Bhagavatam and the pseudo devotees whose faith is based on one's week's hearing are different from Sukadeva Goswami and Parikshit. Yeah, this is a saptahas professional. They are not going to, because kanasalobaha. That means for the getting the food, they are reciting the Bhagavatam, because they don't have Shraddha in their heart, and also they don't have, that means a love for the Lord, and they are professionally very in a melodious way they may recite, but that is not going to create the devotees. That is not going to make the people devotees. So Srila Vyasadeva explained Srimad Bhagavatam to Sukadeva Goswami from very beginning of the Jagannath Yata verse, and so Sukadeva Goswami also explained it to the king. I don't know. They could have written the ending sloka also here. Prabhupada, beginning also in the commentary, both are there. I don't know. So from the beginning, so that's why Sukadeva Goswami spoke from the first sloka onwards of the Srimad Bhagavatam, not the second canto, first chapter. But you are seeing there, Sukadeva Goswami said, but this whole book is taught to Parishit Maharaj at the time of his Prayopavisha. Okay, you can read this. And एतन्निर्विद्यमानानां इज्जतामकुतो भयम् योगिनां नृपनिर्णीतं हरेर्नामानुकीर्तनम्. So just we will go to our that means whole picture. So till 7th sloka we have seen. What we have seen till 7th? Can anyone recap? Till 7th sloka we have seen.
From the start.
No. It was from only 7. 7, 8, 9 will connect everything. No. 7th. Huh?
What is the ultimate goal of you?
Yes. Then after that is nothing but what? Srimad Bhagavatam.
The meaning of Srimad.
Yeah. In the 7th sloka, Sukadeva Goswami concluded that so Brahman realization and others, that means other kinds of happinesses, by realizing absolute truth as Paramatma. So these are all not superior, but realizing Lord as, that means personality, and experiencing his qualities or his name forms. This is the highest thing. He said that in the 7th sloka. So that is nothing but what? So that means glories of the Lord, names, forms, that is nothing but Bhagavatam. He said that is Srimad Bhagavatam. And after that, what he said? That he said in the 8th sloka. In the 9th sloka, what he said? Where he learned, actually, he said he learned from. He gave the little history. That means I learned from my father. So I learned from my father. So even I was very much interested in the Brahman realization, but I also changed my path, and I also came to this same thing. That means hearing the past tense of the Lord. This process, and I learned these leelas from my father. Then after that, what he said? Then after that, so I will also give to you. Yeah, he said in the 10th sloka, okay, I will also give those things because you are having the faith on the Lord, and you are the best among the people who have faith, and you are eligible to hear these things. So that's why Abhidhasyami means I will give to you. So that means ultimately till 10th sloka we have seen Bhakti is being established. Bhakti is the topmost. Bhakti, what everyone should follow the Bhakti process. Bhakti is Abhideya. Abhideya means the process has to be followed. Is known as Abhideya. So then after this, Parikshit is having some questions. Bhakti means Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Pada Sevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasam, Sakyam, Atmanived. There are many angas are there in the Bhakti. Parikshit is having some question. My dear Gurudev, so can you say among these all processes, something one is there? Is there anything one is the best one, which is like an emperor, Maha Chakravarti? Is there anyone like that? Like that he didn't ask, but you should assume. This is like for the narration's sake, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur goes like that actually. So this kind of thought Parishit got actually. Then keeping that question into the account, then Sukadeva Goswami spoke this 11th sloka. That is the background. So that means till now Sukadeva Goswami established Bhakti process is the ultimate process. But in that Bhakti process, is there any one anga which is very topmost? One anga. Like Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaran. Can you guess what is the topmost anga? Kirtanam. But what is the beginning? Shravanam. Everyone should begin with the Shravanam. The first thing one should do Shravanam. But what is the topmost one? Kirtan. That is the point actually here. He is going to see here. Nanu atra shastre bhaktehe abhidheta avagamadev tatrapi bhakti angeshu madhye maharaj chakravartivat kim ekam mukhyatvena nirniyate. What? Can you say among all these bhakti angas, one has this emperor anga, emperor process? So then, this is the question is asked by the Parikshit. Then Sukadeva Goswami is saying, yes. Etan nirvidyamananam icchatam bhayam yoginam rupanirnitam harer namanukirtanam. So Hare Namanukirtanam. This is the best one. Sarveshu Bhakti Angeshu Madhye Shavana Kirtana. Already in fifth sloka he said three processes. What is that? Shavanam, Kirtanam and Smaranam. So he out of the 9 he brought into 3. Now out of these 3 also he brought into 1. He said no, 1 actually. What is that? Nama Kirtanam. Hare Nama Anukirtanam. Anukirtanam is also having a lot of significance here. The word Anu is also very significant. So among this Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam, Madhya Kirtanam. Kirtanam is the best. Now Kirtanam is also many types. Nama Kirtanam is there, Rupa Kirtanam is there, so Guna Kirtanam is there, Leela Kirtanam is there. So even he is bringing out even the finer one. So what is among these 4 also? Which one is the best one? Yeah. Nama, Leela, Guna, Adi, Sambandini, Tasmin, Nama Kirtanam. So Nama Kirtanam is best. And what kind of Nama Kirtanam is best? Nama Anukirtanam. Nama Anukirtanam is best. Not simply Nama Kirtanam. Nama Anukirtanam is best. What is the meaning of Anukirtanam? Continuous, Nirantaram. That is one meaning. For Anu word here, continuously one should do. Even while walking, standing, sitting, one should do that. Even doing whatever the activities, like if Grosthas, if they are doing their material activities, at the time also they should chant. Even the Brahmacharis, everyone continuously has to chant. That is the recommendation given by Sukadeva Goswami. Yeah.
Even Prabhupada said that for deity worship or any activity which we are doing, the 9 or 8 other processes, Sankirtan should be
going on. Yes.
that gives life to other.
Yes. That's most important actually. That's Chakravarti. That's emperor. So Nam Anukirtanam, that means continuous, Nirantara Kirtanam. That's being said here, Nirantara Kirtanam. Or otherwise, there is another word is there. Swabhakti Anurupa Namanu Kirtanam. According to your bhakti, so your type of bhakti, you have to do the Anukirtanam. That means what is the different types of bhaktis? One may be worshipping the Rama, one might be worshipping the Krishna, one might be worshipping the Nrsimha, one might be worshipping the Vamana Dev or Matsya, Kurma. So according to his bhakti, he has to chant those names. For us anyway, holy name, Krishna. So Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. This is for us. But for the others, like someone who is a Rama Bhakta, then he has the names according to that worship, what worship he is doing, what is the upasya for him. Based upon that, he will be chanting the names. And for the Nrsimha, there is another, like Nrsimha Bhaktas, they have their own. So like this. But for we are all Rupanugas. And for us, already frost is fixed. That's Anukirtanam means here one thing is given. Anukirnatam and Nirnitam. This is already said. This Namakirtanam is also approved as the emperor by Acharyas also. Nirnitam means Parikshit, this is not my opinion, Parikshit. This is already decided. That means previous Acharyas. That means Purva Acharyairapi. Even previous Acharyas also. That means Parikshit, before Sukadeva Goswami, whoever are there. That means Vasudev, Narad Muni, all, Brahmaji, they all also approved this. I am not saying whimsically. I am not the person inventing this new process. No. Purva Acharyaipi Nirnita. Na kevalam Maya Aduna Nirnita. So Parikshit is not decided by me now. No. This was decided before itself. So next.
Why Kirtanam is the topmost for all the acharyas?
Yeah. He's giving the reason next is coming. So nirvidyamananam ichyatam. This is he's giving logic also, proving that. He will prove that. Ten atra pramana na prashta. That means Sukadeva Goswami is saying that actually your question is being answered here also. It is already decided by the acharyas. That's all. There is no proof needed for this. Is atra pramana na prashtavyam. One should not ask any proof for this. Hey, it is already decided, Parikshit, what you are asking. But still he is satisfying our logical understanding also with the further words. But one should not put questions further and should not extend that, oh, I am not getting convinced by the logic, so I cannot accept. No, it's already decided. Who are you to not to accept? Like that he is saying. Yes, sir. Nirnita means that is the meaning. No need to look for any proof for this. And what this Nama Kirtan is, what type of this one? This Nama Kirtan is what type of one? Akuto bhayam. That means for doing this, there is no need of any kind of getting fear. But for other process, like if you do the archanam, there is a lot of care is needed. There is a lot of suchi muchi. That means desha kala patra. So everyone cannot do that. That means, and also anytime you cannot do that. So worship also certain process time is prescribed, and also certain method is prescribed, and also suchi muchi is also prescribed, and place is also prescribed. So for others, for this Namanukirtanam, Krishna Namanukirtanam, there is no need of any kind of fear for this. Akuto bhayam, no need to fear. That means there are no rules and regulations for this. Anywhere, anytime you are in the Muchi condition or Suchi condition, you are in the, so any place you can chant. Anytime, even the midnight, even the morning time, afternoon, no time conditions, no place restrictions. Kala Desh, that is the meaning of Akuto bhayam. There is no fear for following or doing this process. Kala Desha Patropakarnadi Suddhi Ashuddhigata Bhaya Abhava. Oh, if I don't follow this suchi of that suchi, then one may get the fear. So that kind of fear is not needed here. Even any mlechas also can do this. Mlechapi yatra naiva vipradipadyante iti bhavaha. Even one is by birth he is not pure. So such a people also can do this. So even further, so there is no need to ask the proof why the Nama Kirtanam is the emperor, but still he is saying, Incha sadhakanam siddhanam cha ataha parama adhikam shreyah. That means Nama Kirtanam is the best sadhan, that means best process, and also it is the Nama Sankirtan is the best result also, goal also. Nama Sankirtanam itself is a goal, is also mean and it is also goal. Best goal. That means in the Golok also, Golok Vrindavan, all the Gopas and Gopis, they are sitting and they are doing the Nama. They keep on discussing the various pastimes, like in the villages or in the family. So mother always, that means if small boy started walking and speaking little bit 2-3 words, then she will be glorifying, na? So that boy is glorious. Oh, my kid is doing this, my kid is that, this, like that. She will be calling all the other women and she will keep on glorifying herself. The same way there, so all the devotees, they are sitting and every day what Krishna did today, and they are sitting and they keep on doing the Nama Kirtan. Some are doing the Kirtan, some are sitting and hearing. Like that. So it happens. That means that is the highest goal. So it's not just a mean, it is a goal. So that is being established in the next part of this sloka. So that one. So yeah. Nirvidyamananam ichyatam. These two are the significant word. Here nirvidyamananam means here Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is saying nirvidyamanana means arthat moksha paryanta sarva kamebhya iti. Aikanta bhaktanam. He says the pure devotees. So that means the one who left even the desire for liberation.
They have no desire.
Then, yeah, desireless. Nirvidyamanana means the one who is completely desireless. So that means people who are looking for liberation, they are also having the desire actually. That's why Sukadeva Goswami is saying that akama sarva kamova moksha kama. He is saying, he's emphasizing the word moksha kama instead of, he is using the specifically moksha kama means, even people they say that means someone who is trying to merge into the Brahman, they say that they don't have any desire, but they also have desire. That is also not really, they are desireless people. Only akama is the person who is serving the Lord. He is the akama. He is the desireless person. So because that is how can you say it's a desireless? It's the constitutional position of the Jivatma. It's not the any desire actually. It's the constitutional position. But so want to be merged into the Brahman, so or otherwise asking for some material benefit, these are all desires only. So that's why, so here nirvidyamanana means what we should take? Aikanta bhaktanam, that means pure devotees. Ichita means what we should take? Ichita means we should take that means whoever is desiring liberation or swarga, moksha and ityadi. So for all these people, what is recommended? Nama Kirtana. That means even for the Aikantic devotees also it is recommended. And even if you want Swarga, for that person also this is recommended. And for whoever is desiring moksha, for them also it is recommended, for everyone. Because it is even if you want the Swarga, if you chant the holy names, you can get easily Swarga. Yeah. So that means for getting the Swarga, one can do the Karmakanda Yagyas and he can get the Swarga. And one can do the Nama Sankirtana and he can also get. So what is the best process? Nama Sankirtan is the best process in giving the result. Because Nama Sankirtan can give any result. Whatever you want, you can get. You can get anything. So that's why Sukadeva Goswami is saying to everyone, you might be following various other processes. Now onwards, you all should change to Nama Sankirtan, whatever you want. If you want liberation also, you should do Nama Sankirtan. If you want any material benefit, you also, instead of doing the Karma Kanda, do the Nama Sankirtan. So like that, he is saying again and again. He will say in the future, next also actually, next chapter, third chapter. He is saying what kind of Nama Sankirtan you should do? Tivrena Bhakti Yogena. You do intensified Bhakti. That means very powerful and intensified. So that what is the intention of Sukadeva Goswami there? He wants, if they do even for the small Swarga, so if they do intensified bhakti, that is going to purify that desire also. They can also become pure devotees. That is the interest of the Sukadeva Goswami there. To use the Tivrena word he is using there.
This word Akuto Bhayam, Nirvidyamananam, they also have some kind of fear. Nirvidyamananam, Chetanam, Yoginam, three categories are available.
Yeah.
So all three of them some kind of fear.
No. Here, Akuto Bhayam is going with the Nama Sankirtana. Nama Sankirtana means what is the nature of the Nama Sankirtana? For doing that, one should not get any fear of following Suchi Muchi, place and time. This kind of, so restrictions are not there. So that's why without any fear, you can do this. That is the meaning of Akuto Bhayam. Okay, you got it? So, and that is the about Nama Sankirtana. Then after that, this is recommended for whom? It is recommended for everyone. Even for the who is having the desire for the moksha liberation, and even for the yogis means here it is said that Atma Ramas. That means whoever is just dwelling in the self. So Atma Ramas for them, and also for the Aikantika Bhaktas, for everyone, this is recommended. So that means what is for everyone it is recommended means it is the best process and also it is best goal. No, that's the point. No? If it is recommended for even for the devotees also means they don't have any desires. Means they have, so for them also it is recommended means that means Nama Sankirtan is goal for them. Yeah.
Here beginning of Kirtana. Only that as we have got Mahamantra from our previous Acharya. or meaning also as per their meaning as they gave. So accepting their meaning of Mahamantra from our culture. So what is the meaning of exactly this? There is translation also is constant checking of the origin of the Lord after the ways of the great authority.
Yeah. Nirnita means great authorities. Nirnita means decided. Decided by whom? Great authorities, acharyas. And anu means continuous. Or other anu means as per your worship. One should select the names as per his worship.
This is for our Mahamantra.
For us, Mahamantra.
This is only Mahamantra, its meaning also. So, as per the ways, Lord. So, name of the Lord after the ways of the great authorities. Translation also. Word also.
After some, always. That means after someone means now you chanted holy name, next, 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 like that. Like that continues. Yes, Prabhu.
Thakur's commentary is saying that because we find the first three things which is there in the infinite verse as you said, and then they said that amongst the Anukirtan is where that means chanting the name according to Anu, one's bhakti.
Yeah, one bhakti. If his worship, his target is Rama, he is worshipping the Rama names. He is chanting the Rama names. If his target is Vamanadev, then he will be chanting his name. According to this type of bhakti.
Anu also means according to previous acharya. So Sankirtana also means according to previous acharya. Nirnidam is
decided by previous acharyas.
So one who is following the previous acharya.
Yeah.
And then this condition is also according to one's bhakti.
So Nama Kirtanam, which is Nirnitam, which is decided. Decided by whom? Previous acharyas. Already previous acharyas is covered by the word Nirnitam. So now here Anu means we should take two different meanings. One is continuous, another is according to our bhakti. Like that. Then another repetition will come. Anu means already Nirnitam is covering. Decided by who? By the authorities. That's already over.
When there is the condition of one's bhakti coming, when he is following the acharya,
decided by previous acharyas will be coming to all these.
That is more prominent. When one is doing Anu Sankirtana,
yeah,
then his own bhakti is not much relevant. He is following in the footsteps of the acharyas.
Yeah. He should do Anu Sankirtanam, which is decided by the acharyas. That means even if you want to follow his own bhakti, which is decided by the acharyas. Nirnitam means which is decided by the acharyas. That is all.
Then where is the scope for according to one's bhakti?
Anu is having two different meanings actually. One is continuous, another meaning is as per bhakti.
Also, it will also be according to your Anugavan. It is to follow to the footsteps.
Actually, that also we can take, but here that's not needed to take from Anu, because that is already there with the word Nirnitam. So that means he should do as per his bhakti. Anu means you can take two different meanings. One is as per the bhakti, second is always. So, but Nirnitam is there. Nirnitam apply to these both meanings. That means one should do as Nama Kirtanam as per his bhakti, which is decided by the acharyas. Which is Nirnitam already is there, na? This is applicable. So that already covering. But for Anu, you don't need to bring the one more time as decided by acharyas. Yeah. Then that's Punarukti dosha will come. Yeah. That means one word you are taking the same meanings, then why Sukadeva Goswami using the two times to represent one meaning, why he is using two words? That's dosha actually.
And this Akuto Bhayam is used, this word, why is it bringing Akuto Bhayam in this, this is mentioning to whom? Vaibhava, then Sikshitam, and Yoginam.
Yeah.
Three different categories are there. So Akuto Bhayam is addressing whom?
Ichita means someone who is
Kuto Bhayam is addressing whom?
Akuto Bhayam is the qualifier for the Nama Kirtan.
Not addressing this different type
No.
of practice.
That means what kind of Nama Kirtanam is what kind of one. For doing that, you don't need to get any fear out of restrictions from the place, time, circumstances. So without any fear from the circumstance, place, or time, so you can do this. Nam Sankirtan is such a wonderful process. It doesn't have, one should not get any fear for that. So of the Suchi, Muchi, or anything.
There is no need of qualifying factor.
No qualification factor. Even Mlechas also can do.
This means that even outcast cannot tolerate serving the Lord.
Yeah. Yes, bro. In this verse, Srila Sukadeva Goswami recommends the transcendental chanting of the holy name of the Lord. By offenseless chanting and hearing of the holy name of the Lord, one becomes acquainted with the transcendental form of Lord, and then with the attributes of the Lord, and then with the transcendental nature of his past tense. Actually, if we see for the same sloka, the Jiva Goswami's commentary, Prabhupada is most of the commentary is covering from, his purport is covering from the Jiva Goswami's commentary. And Jiva Goswami described all the, because Nama Sankirtan is the best one, but there is there is no need to fear about doing the Nama Sankirtan, but we should be fear for offenses, Nama Paradas. So that point he takes and he elaborates. As per the Padma Purana, there are the 10 different offenses are there towards the holy name and what should not be done. And he also elaborate much. And it itself take the at least 5 to 6 hours if we discuss. But we cannot cover for now. So that's he writing actually. Srila Jiva Goswami instructs that chanting of the holy name of the Lord should be loudly done. And that also he says, Nama Sankirtanam also he established a loud chanting. So, and it should be performed offenselessly as well as recommended in the Padma Purana. And for more, you can refer the Bhanu Maharaj's translation is there for the Krama Sandarbha. So there you can find this all in detail. But here Prabhupada covered some points, but in details there you can find. Among these offenses also, the first offense and seventh offense are very, very significant. So, and very, very, one should be cautious. Strengthening, that means on the strength of committing sinful activities on the strength of the holy name and offending the Vaishnavas. These two are the most powerful offenses. How and elaborately he discussed Jiva Goswami, and also he established the same thing discussed in the Bhakti Sandarbha also, in the Bhakti Sandarbha chapters. Okay, bro, I am going to next look. Kim pramattasya bahubihi parokshayr hayanairiha varam muhurtam viditam ghadate shreyase yataha.
What is the value of a prolonged life which is wasted? Inexperienced by years in this world. Better a moment of full consciousness, because that gives one a start in searching after the supreme interest.
Yeah. Now, what is the response? After hearing the 11th sloka, that means Parikshit was informed by Sukadeva Goswami. So my dear Parikshit, Nama Sankirtanam, Nama Anukirtanam is the best one. So that is the best process. Then in the heart of the Parikshit Maharaj, there is a fear. I have only 7 days. What should I do actually? So he is feeling some kind of morose, but from the beginning I didn't know this. From the beginning I couldn't have done this. But if I came to know about this very early, so I could have done. But I have only 7 days now. So what should I do? This is the heart. So keeping this in the heart, so Srila Sukadeva Goswami started speaking actually. Hanta hanta alpameva ayur avasistam kimaham sadhyema iti masuchaha. Parikshit, don't worry about time actually. So, oh, I have only little time and what can I do? Even I came to know the best process now. So like that, but my lifespan is now very little, little time only is remaining. So like that, Parikshit, you should not get any kind of lamentation. Don't masucha. That means don't lament. You don't have time now, like that. So, and to relieve him from that, he is now going to start these three slokas to relieve from that pain. That means, oh, I don't have time now. What should I do? Such a pain he may get, Parishit may get. To relieve from that pain, so he said these three slokas. Try to remember 12, 13, 14. Parokshaihi vritha yanti अविदितैः हायनैः वर्षैः विदितं तु मुहूर्तमपि वरं यतः येन वेदनेन घटेत सत्येन भवेत्. So he is saying that even Parikshit varam muhurtam, one moment is enough, Parikshit. So you don't worry for, so you don't have time. Even 1 minute also if you have, you can do Namanu Kirtanam and go back to Godhead. So varam muhurtam. And without knowing this fact, without knowing the chanting of the holy names, the glories of the chanting of the holy name, even if you have millions and millions of years, no use. So, but knowing the glories of the holy name and doing this Nama Sankirtan, if you have even a 1 moment, is enough, is best. So, Farishit, so that's why you are lamenting. Huh? Yeah, he's giving the example then. Then Parishit will ask, na, do you have any example? Proof. So we should know in perfect consciousness that human life is bestowed upon conditioned soul to achieve spiritual success. And the easiest possible procedure to attain this end is to chant the holy name of the Lord. So that's why among all these bhakti process, the most important thing is chanting holy names. So that's why we have our Prabhupada says that most of our spiritual progress is depending on chanting. Yeah, chanting and hearing, mostly chanting. That has to be seriously, that has to be taken and should be done. So we'll be going to Prabhupada is writing the next sloka, the background. Anyway, you can get it.
Chant, for the holy name to be impactful, we need to know the glories of the holy name.
What will happen by knowing the glories of the holy name? Offenses will be reduced. The power of the holy name is not going to be increased. That means by knowing, after knowing if you do, you will be getting the more power, and without knowing if you do, you will be getting less power. No. So knowing is not going to change the power of the holy name. No. Only it is by knowing the holy name, the glories of the holy name, what will happen? Your offenses towards the holy name will be reduced. So that is only the benefit actually. But if someone is so innocent and even if he doesn't know glories of the holy name, if he somehow or other if he chant, he'll go back to God. So that's the whoever is having this strong, that means weak type of heart, very cunning or this, they has to know more and more deeply the glories to remove those. Who is very simple. So for them, nothing.
But that way, the whole Srimad Bhagavatam is actually doing.
Yeah, and it's glories of the holy name, and it will making us to be offenseless.
Like it makes us not envious.
Yeah, not envious, and also will become more attentive. More attentive, and also more, that means more attentive means no offenses. So that is the main purpose. That is the main purpose of the discussing Srimad Bhagavatam. Now we are understanding the glory of the holy name. It will make us how we are sincerely and strictly we should follow and do that. That means offenses are being reduced. Next one. Katwango nama rajarshir natve yat तामिहायुषः मुहूर्तात् सर्वम् उत्सृज्य गतवान् अभयं हरिम्. Yeah, please go.
Standing after being informed that the illusion of his life only a moment was, at once free himself from all the material the center of the supreme personality of God.
Thank you. In previous sloka, Sukadeva Goswami said that even one moment is enough. So to save himself by doing the Namanu Kirtanam, and he can save himself. So then we may ask, what is the proof within one moment who saved the life and chanted the holy name and saved his life? Can you give an example? Then he is giving example in this sloka, 13th sloka. Katvanga Charitam Pramanayati. He is giving the history of the Katvanga as a proof for establishing one moment is enough with knowing the glories of the holy name. And there is no use of so many thousands and thousands of years without knowing the glories of the holy name. So here Katvanga is the king. He fought with demons, being taking the side of the Devatas. And then after that, Devatas won the battle, and they asked him to take some boon. Then he asked, what is his lifespan is remaining? How much ayu is remaining? Then they said that you have only one moment. Muhurtam matram. Then what? Tushnim, tataha tushnim eva sigram bhuvam agatya. He came from that Swarga to Bhuvam, that means to the earth planet, and Harim Sharanam Gata. And he took the lotus feet of the Hari, and he is being saved. Even the one moment is enough. Then why we are taking so many years to chant? Only to nullify our offenses. Yes, please.
Muhurta in third canto, 11th chapter, Muhurta means 1 hour. So does it means 1 hour here, or does the here mean some seconds or some special time? Special time.
Yeah, there in the 11th chapter dimensions are there. So Anu and so definitions.
Muhurta means 48 minutes.
48 minutes. So okay, you take anything. Even actually one holy name, Sadhyo Hridyavardyate Krutibhi Shubhi Tat Kshanat. So even one holy name is just enough. In that way, if to emphasize the holy name, power of the glory of the holy name, take it less. If you don't want to emphasize, then take the time span as more. So if you take Muhurta is very less, it is good, na? That means even for 1 second, if you chant the holy name, that is going to save. That is really glorifying the holy name or not? I give the preference for Muhurta means 1 moment. Because it is increasing the glory of the holy. If you take 48 minutes, so then 48 minutes. Oh, that means holy name is having some less power. It needs at least 45 minutes to chant.
It is true also. It is true also because in one moment already.
Yeah, 1 moment is enough actually. Yes. So I'm going to next shloka. त्वाप्येतर्हि कौरव्या सप्ताहं जीवितावधिः उपकल्प्य तत्सर्वं तावत् यत् साम्परायिकम्. Translation.
Maharaj Parikshit, now your duration of life is limited to 7 more days. So during this time, you can perform all those rituals which are needed for the best purpose of your next life.
Yeah, thank you. So you have 7 days. What to speak of one muhurta? You have a lot of opportunity. So, my dear Parikshit, so you should not at all worry for that. Oh, now I came to know the glory of the holy name, and now I don't have time. No need. This is the whatever the 7 days. Saptaham avadhim. So that 7 days. Saptaham. Jivitavadhi. That is sufficient. He's saying. So tavapi tu ata etarhi samaye yat सांपरायिकम पारलौकिकम साधनम तत्तावत् सर्वम उपकल्प्य कुरु. It's okay. Next. अंतकाले तु पुरुष आगते गत साध्वसः चिन्द्याद संग शस्त्रेण स्पृहां देहेनु ये च तम्. Translation.
At the last stage of one's life, one should be bold enough not to be afraid of death, but one must cut off all attachment to the body and everything body and all desires
thereof. So now, all of suddenly now he is speaking. One should cut off so attachment and so on so things he is saying. What he is saying? Antakale purusha agate gata sadvasa chindya. So asanga shastrena. That means asanga shastrena. Asanga means detachment. Detachment is the weapon. With that, so he should cut down his attachment for the body and so on so. It is like a Gnanis. Yeah, it's a process like Gnanis. Why now he came to here? Why Sukadeva Goswami all of a sudden change the topic? Nicely is glorifying the holy name. Now he is asking us to maintain the detachment and using that one should to cut down. Antakala means at the time of death, he should use this weapon of the detachment. We should have attachment for the holy name. That is sufficient. Is there any need to maintain a detachment for this material world? There is no need to cultivate that. So one devotee has to cultivate what? He has to cultivate attachment for the Lord, that automatically the detachment will. So janityasu vairagyam cha jnanam yadahitukam. So by following the bhakti, vairagya will come automatically. But why now Sukadeva Goswami is saying, so one should use this weapon of the detachment, and with that he should cut his attachment for this body and so on. So why he is saying? Okay. Huh?
This is the root cause of all the problems and that is that then the problems.
Yeah, some extent, yes. Yeah. Here there is some specific reason is there. This Prabhuji said, why this is from here onwards he is going to explain about the Ashtanga Yoga. Why?
Earlier he told about Parikshit Maharaj was devotee, but they are not all devotees sitting.
Yeah.
They have to bring them to that platform.
Yeah. So here now you see the real picture. In front of Sukadeva Goswami who is sitting, Parikshit Maharaj is also sitting, and other yogis also sitting. Now, till the sloka 14, till 14, we have seen the glories of the Bhakti Yoga. After saying this, once again he is going to conclude, or he is going to say the glories of the Bhakti Yoga at the ending of second chapter. At the ending of second chapter also, he is going to glorify Bhakti again. Before that, he will explain Ashtanga Yoga. Why he is explaining Ashtanga Yoga? To show the glories of the Bhakti. Now he said that one moment is enough to chant the holy name, and you can become perfect. And it is the etan nirvidyamananam ichchitam akuto bhayam. So it is meant for, it is the best to sadhana and it is also best to sadhya. He glorified bhakti like anything. And now he is going to explain the Ashtanga Yoga by just hearing itself, you will be getting the lot of headache. And you'll be understanding how difficult that is to follow. And then by seeing, that means to understand the the sweetness of the sweet. So if you Karela you take, then you will be feeling more sweet actually. Similarly, he's going to give Karela for us. Yeah? So now he is going to explain Ashtanga Yoga. You can easily see how difficult to follow that. And after that, ending of that, what he is going to conclude, he is going to see this Ashtanga is so difficult. Now that's why you should come for Bhakti Yoga only. That he'll say in the ending of second chapter. So, yeah. Yes. 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 All the yogas he'll explain, then finally say that Sarva Dharman Parityajya Mamekam Sharanam. This is my opinion, he says finally. This is my opinion. If you want to follow my opinion, follow. This is the best one. So similarly here, Sukadeva Goswami also, he is going to give the touch of, that means difficulty. So of the Ashtanga Yoga process, so that one can understand the glories of the Bhakti more. That way one can feel actually the greatness of the Bhakti more. Bhakti Utkarshartham. It will help actually. So when you try to follow the connections of the slokas, then it will make you to relish the Bhagavatam. Otherwise, it's bits and pieces. Then we'll be feeling excited actually. Next sloka what will be? Next sloka what will be? Next sloka what will be? That Vishwanath Chakravarti gives nicely commentaries, so that he always makes us to be connected with the content. He will not allow us to be deviated from the flow actually. That is his that's wonderful commentaries. And Prabhupada takes points from there only. He writes few points and elaborates that. So like that. Most of the time, Vishwanath Chakravarti he follows. That means other yogis may think. So what they think? Question of the Parikshit Maharaj's question is what the person should do, the one who is going to die. What he has to do. That was the question. And what is the opinion of the Sukadeva Goswami? Namanukirtanam is his opinion. Now others may say that, hey, Sukadeva Goswami, you are saying only Namanukirtanam, but they should, that means they should follow the Yama, Niyama. So pranayam, asan pranayam, pratyahar, dharana, dhyan, samadhi, this kind of process, why they should not do? So they may think, they want to hear this kind of things from the mouth of Sukadeva Goswami. And also he concludes, even these are all there, but these should not be done. You should do Bhakti only. After explaining whole Ashtanga Yoga also, he'll comes again Bhakti Yoga actually. And that means so that he's solidly rejecting the other yogis' opinions, other yogis' procedures. So, tan mahasadasthanam kesham chit matam Ashtanga Yogam स्वमतस्य शुद्ध भक्ति योगस्य पुनरपि द्वितीय अध्याय अन्ते वक्तव्यस्य उत्कर्षार्थमः. But Sukadeva Goswami's intention is not to pleasing the other yogis. His intention is to emphasize the glory of the bhakti even further by seeing the difficulty of that Ashtanga Yoga, by showing the difficulty of that Ashtanga Yoga. Even for understanding also it will be a little bit difficult actually, okay? While understanding also, that's yeah. Next sloka, we'll go to next and purport. Foolish people attach more importance to the present temporary life, and thus the foolish leaders make appeal to the body and the bodily relations. The bodily relations extend not only to this body, but also to the family members, wife, children, society, country, and so many other things which end at the end of life. After death, one forgets everything about the present bodily relations. We have a little experience of this at night and we go to sleep. While sleeping, we forget everything about this body and bodily. So Prabhupada, most of the time, if you see, his purports are mostly focusing on the present day society people. So they are very much in the bodily consciousness, and they are like first, the second, third, fourth slokas of this chapter describing the karmi. So most of the society is that kind of society, and we don't have any now ashtanga yogis so much in the society. And also we don't have, so that's why Prabhupada will not take so much time to describing those details all the time in every purport, how to cut the materialism. This is only the Prabhupada's focus. So that's why you might be seeing this so much similar kind of purpose. But that also has to be understood, the importance of the that purpose, and also we should understand the what is the flow of the, so that which will help us to. And sometimes we may get the doubt. So not we, but some neophytes. So by seeing the Ashtanga yogis, they are sitting and they are doing such a meditation, they are able to fly at least 5 feet above to the ground. And what a great, and this is such a great process. They get inspiration actually. So then how to cut down their kind of opinions. So then if you come to know all these things, it will help us you to convince those people. Like Sukadeva Goswami also rejected this process, Ashtanga yoga process, in the Srimad Bhagavatam is established. So that our appreciation to the bhakti will increase. So then what he has to do? So that means he is going to now explain the Ashtanga yoga. So that means the person who is going to die, they should do Ashtanga yoga. Like that, he will begin. He began already in the 15th sloka. Now in the 16th sloka, what he should do? What he has to do in the Ashtanga yoga process? How many steps are there in Ashtanga yoga? 8. Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranaya, Pratyahar, Dharana, Dhyan, Samadhi. All these steps are coming here. First, Bruhat प्रव्रजितो धीरः पुण्यतीर्थजलाप्लुतः शुचौ विविक्त आसीनो विधिवत् kalpitasane. Can you guess in this which part is yama, which part is niyama, which part is asana? 3 things are already discussed. 3 steps. Gruhat pravrajitaha, leaving home. This is what? Yama. That means leaving home means leaving the family life. That means following the brahmacharya vrata. This is yama. And taking bath in the holy rivers. This is niyama. And in the cleanly place he should sit. This is asana. 3 things are discussed. Next, we'll go a little quickly. Huh? So these are not much, actually only about the Ashtanga yoga. Okay, bro, yeah. Okay, I can. Please remind me. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, Prabhu, attendance. Yeah, I have. Prabhuji, please give your attendance. Adi Gop Nimai Prabhu. Prabhu, this is what, 3rd day? Day 2. Acha, acha, acha. Advait Praveen Prabhu. Akrur Bhakta Prabhu. Hare Krishna. 2 times it is. Acha, Akrur Bhakta Prabhu once again from Dwaraka. He is not there. No? Amrit Gaur Prabhu. Anant Raghav Prabhu. Baleshwar Rupa Prabhu. Upset. Bhadra Nitai Prabhu. Dwaraka. From Dwaraka. Yes. Das Raghunath Prabhu. Daya Sundar Nitai Prabhu. Okay. Dharma Narayan Prabhu. No? Absolutely. Gopi Bhav Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Jahnava Avadhuta Prabhu. Absent. Kala Gauranga Prabhu. Kala, acha. Kala Gauranga. Sorry, Prabhu, sorry. Extremely sorry. Kripalu Madhav Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Mitra Sudama Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Mohan Sham Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Nam Govind Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Natwar Gopinath Prabhu. Natwar Gopinath Prabhu. No? Absent? Prabhu? I am putting absent. Huh? Past Prabhu. Padmalochan Ram Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Pandav Prem Prabhu. Who is that? Acha Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Pradyumna Bhakta Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Rajendra Hari Prabhu. Abu? Huh? What should I do? Rajendra Hari Prabhu. He was here. Huh? I will put a present tense. Ram Nishta Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Rasraj Prabhu. Rasraj Prabhu. Absent. Sarva Puja Golokpati Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Shanta Gopinath Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Sham Sundar Sakha Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Sitaram Hari Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Subuddhi Rai Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Umapati Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Upananda Gop Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Vasudam Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Vasudev Jivan Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Veda Chaitanya Prabhu. Vijay Upendra Prabhu. Vijay Upendra. What should I do? Absent? Veera Chaitanya Prabhu. Huh? No? Veera Chaitanya Prabhu. Veera Chaitanya Prabhu. Absent. Any questions? Prabhu, any questions you have? We can discuss now. That means personal questions. This session. This one? No. Yes.